7. Incredible ways dogs feel your emotions. You know that moment when you're feeling down and your dog just knows? Well, prepare to have your mind blown. Scientists have discovered that your dog doesn't just sense your emotions. They literally mirror them in their own body, releasing the same hormones you do, and their stress levels synchronize with yours over months. We're talking about a biological Wi-Fi connection that's more sophisticated than most technology. And that's just the beginning. If you enjoy fascinating insights like this and want to see more, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. The emotional mirror, when your dog becomes your twin. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to pick up on your mood before you even realize you're in that mood? You walk through the door after a terrible day, and somehow your furry companion already knows whether to give you space or shower you with comfort. For decades, we've dismissed this as coincidence or wishful thinking. But groundbreaking research from universities around the world has shattered everything we thought we knew about the human-dog connection. Picture this. You're sitting on your couch, stressed about work, and you glance at your dog. They're looking right back at you with those knowing eyes. What you're witnessing isn't just cute behavior. It's a biological phenomenon that took millions of years of evolution to perfect. Your dog isn't just watching you, they're literally becoming an emotional mirror, copying your feelings at a hormonal level. The first incredible way dogs feel your emotions will make you question everything you thought you knew about consciousness itself. The love hormone connection. In 2015, Japanese researchers at Azabu University made a discovery that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. They published their findings in the prestigious journal Science, and what they found was nothing short of revolutionary. When dogs and humans look into each other's eyes, both species experience a massive surge of oxytocin, the same hormone that creates the unbreakable bond between mothers and babies. Dr. Takafumi Kikusui and his team set up a simple but brilliant experiment. They brought 30 dogs and their owners into a controlled environment and let them interact naturally for just 30 minutes. The magic happened when they measured oxytocin levels before and after these interactions. Dogs who gazed longer into their owner's eyes showed dramatic spikes in oxytocin. But here's the kicker. Their humans experienced the exact same hormonal surge. This isn't just correlation, this is biological synchronization. Your dog's brain is literally releasing the same love hormone that floods a new mother when she first holds her baby. Every time you lock eyes with your dog, you're both experiencing a rush of pure chemical affection that creates an unbreakable emotional bond. But wait, it gets even more incredible. The researchers took this one step further. They sprayed synthetic oxytocin directly into some dogs' noses before the interaction. The result? These dogs stared even more intensely at their owners, creating an endless loop of hormonal bonding. It's like nature designed the perfect emotional feedback system between two completely different species. The stress mirror effect. The second way dogs feel your emotions is even more mind-blowing, and honestly, it might change how you handle your daily stress forever. Dr. Lena Roth from Linköping University in Sweden made a discovery that should make every dog owner pause. She studied 58 dogs and their female owners, focusing on border collies and Shetland sheepdogs, breeds known for their intense human connection. What she found will make you reconsider every stressed moment you've had around your dog. The researchers collected hair samples from both dogs and owners at different times throughout the year. Here's why this matters. As hair grows, cortisol, the stress hormone, gets embedded in each strand, creating a biological timeline of stress levels over months. It's like a stress diary written in keratin. The results were shocking. Dogs and their owners synchronize their stress levels long-term, Dr. Roth explained to BBC News Brazil. The owner's personality affects cortisol concentrations in the dog's fur, but the dog's own personality showed little effect on stress levels. Read that again. Your dog's stress levels mirror yours, not their own natural temperament. If you're a chronically stressed person, your dog is literally carrying that stress in their body for months. They're not just observing your emotions, they're living them. The study revealed something even more fascinating. Competitive dogs showed stronger synchronization with their owners than regular pets. The researchers believe this happens because these dogs spend more time in intense interaction with their humans during training and competitions. The biological Wi-Fi. Think about what this means for a moment. Your dog has essentially evolved a biological Wi-Fi connection to your emotional state. When you feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, your dog's body responds by producing the same stress hormones. When you're happy and relaxed, their system mirrors that too. This isn't some mystical connection, it's measurable, scientific reality. The domestication process, which took place over thousands of years, literally rewired dogs' brains to tune into human emotions. We didn't just change their appearance, we created an entirely new species capable of emotional telepathy. Have you ever wondered why your dog seems to know when you need comfort most? Drop a comment below and tell me about the most incredible moment your dog seemed to read your emotions. I read every single comment and love hearing your stories. The mirror doesn't lie. This research reveals something profound about the responsibility we have as dog owners. If your dog is truly mirroring your emotional state at a biological level, then your mental health directly impacts theirs. Every time you come home stressed, rushed, or anxious, you're not just having a bad day, you're potentially programming your dog's stress response. But here's the beautiful flip side. Every moment of genuine happiness, calm, and love you experience is also being absorbed and reflected by your four-legged companion. You have the power to literally improve your dog's well-being by managing your own emotional state. The implications of this discovery extend far beyond pet care. We're looking at evidence of interspecies emotional evolution, two different species that have learned to share feelings at a cellular level. It's unprecedented in the animal kingdom. What this changes? Understanding that your dog experiences a hormonal love rush every time they look at you changes everything about how we should approach our relationships with these incredible creatures. That daily eye contact isn't just sweet. It's a powerful biological bonding ritual that strengthens your connection every single time. But as remarkable as this oxytocin and cortisol mirroring is, it's just the beginning of how deeply your dog understands your emotions. What I'm about to reveal next will completely transform how you think about your dog's intelligence. Your dog isn't just feeling your emotions, they're making complex decisions based on reading your facial expressions with scientific precision. And the way they do this will leave you speechless. If you're as fascinated by the incredible science behind our bond with dogs as I am, make sure you're subscribed because we're just getting started on this amazing journey of discovery. Expression readers, your dog's facial recognition superpower. Now that you understand your dog literally feels your emotions through hormonal mirroring, prepare to discover something that will make you never underestimate that intelligent stare again. Your dog possesses a facial recognition system so advanced that it puts most humans to shame. They're not just looking at you. They're reading micro-expressions, analyzing your emotional state, and making strategic decisions based on what they see. What's about to blow your mind is that scientists have proven dogs can predict human behavior by reading facial expressions with 80% accuracy. That's better than most people can do with other humans. The strategic emotion reader, Dr. Natalia Albuquerque from the University of São Paulo conducted an experiment that revolutionized our understanding of canine intelligence. Published in the prestigious journal Animal Cognition, her research with 90 dogs revealed something extraordinary. Dogs don't just recognize human emotions, they use that information to make calculated decisions about their own behavior. Picture the setup. Two actresses dressed identically enter a room with dogs watching. Each actress displays a different facial expression. One shows pure joy, the other displays clear anger. The dogs observe this interaction carefully. Then comes the test. Both actresses sit down with neutral expressions, each holding a bowl of delicious dog food. Here's where it gets incredible. The dogs had to choose which person to approach for food. And the results? A staggering 70–80% of dogs consistently chose to approach the person who had previously displayed happiness, actively avoiding the one who had shown anger. Think about what this means. These dogs witnessed an emotional display, processed that information, stored it in memory, and then used it to predict future behavior. They essentially thought, that human looked happy earlier, so they're probably more likely to share food with me now. Dr. Albuquerque explained the groundbreaking implications. The research shows that dogs take into account human emotional expressions to make choices. People will be able to perceive the animal as a being that pays attention to what we do and makes decisions based on that. The unique interspecies gift. But here's what makes this discovery truly remarkable. Dogs are the only animals on Earth besides humans capable of recognizing emotions across species lines. Chimpanzees, our closest relatives, can only recognize emotions in other chimpanzees. Even wolves, despite being dogs' direct ancestors, cannot reliably read human facial expressions. This ability didn't happen by accident. It's the result of thousands of years of coevolution, where dogs who could better read human emotions had significant survival advantages. They got more food, better shelter, and more protection. Over generations, this created dogs with increasingly sophisticated human emotion reading capabilities. The multi-sensory emotion scanner. The third incredible way dogs feel your emotions involves a sensory integration system that would make tech engineers jealous. Researchers at the University of Lincoln designed a brilliant experiment using a methodology originally developed in 1964 for studying non-verbal human babies. They placed dogs in front of two screens showing human and dog faces displaying different emotions: happy, angry, or neutral. Simultaneously, they played corresponding sounds, positive vocalizations, negative sounds, or neutral tones. The magic happened when they observed the dog's eye movements and head positioning. Dogs automatically looked longer at images that matched the emotional tone of the sounds they were hearing. When they heard happy sounds, they focused on happy faces. When they heard distressed sounds, they looked at angry or sad expressions. This reveals something profound. Dogs have developed an integrated sensory system that combines visual and auditory information to create a complete emotional picture. They're not just seeing your facial expression or just hearing your tone. They're creating a multi-dimensional emotional assessment in real time. The chemical emotion detector. The fourth way dogs feel your emotions operates on a level most humans never consider. Scent. Research published in Animal Cognition exposed dogs to human sweat samples collected from people experiencing different emotional states: happiness, fear, and neutral emotions. The results were fascinating and slightly unsettling. Dogs showed significantly increased heart rates and stress behaviors when exposed to fear sweat compared to happy sweat. This means your dog can literally smell your emotions. When you're nervous, anxious, or scared, your body releases specific chemical compounds through your skin. Your dog's incredibly sensitive nose, which has up to 300 million scent receptors compared to our measly 6 million, picks up these chemical signatures instantly. Have you ever wondered why your dog seems to know you're nervous about a vet visit before you even mention it? They're reading your chemical emotional signature. Your body is broadcasting your emotional state, and your dog is receiving that signal loud and clear. The behavioral prediction system. Recent research from the University of São Paulo took this understanding even further. Dr. Natalia Albuquerque and Paulo Souza analyzed how dogs change their behavior based on the human emotions they observe. When dogs saw humans displaying positive emotions, they exhibited specific behaviors: increased sniffing, tail positions between 90–180 degrees, and more seeking behaviors. When humans showed negative emotions, dogs displayed different patterns: more cautious movements, decreased interaction seeking, and increased monitoring behaviors. But here's the fascinating part. In neutral emotional situations, dogs showed confusion behaviors, like jumping on people or seeking physical contact. The researchers believe this happens because dogs rely so heavily on emotional cues that when those cues are absent, they don't know how to respond appropriately. The evolutionary advantage. This sophisticated emotion reading system didn't develop overnight. It represents one of the most successful evolutionary partnerships in history. Dogs, who could accurately read human emotions, were more likely to receive food and resources, avoid punishment or conflict, gain protection and shelter. Successfully reproduce over thousands of generations, this created dogs with increasingly refined abilities to decode human emotional states. We essentially co-evolved with dogs, shaping each other's emotional communication systems. What your dog really sees. Every time you interact with your dog, they're conducting a comprehensive emotional assessment. They're analyzing your facial expression, listening to your vocal tone, reading your body language, and even processing your scent signature. Then they're using all this information to predict your likely behavior and adjust their own actions accordingly. This isn't just impressive, it's unprecedented in the animal kingdom. Your dog has evolved to be a living, breathing, emotion-reading computer specifically programmed to understand you. Tell me in the comments, have you ever caught your dog reacting to your emotions before you fully realized what you were feeling? I love reading these stories and respond to every comment. The hidden complexity. But as remarkable as these facial recognition and multi-sensory abilities are, they're still just the surface of how deeply your dog connects with your emotional world. What scientists discovered next ventures into territory that seems almost supernatural. There's something happening in your dog's brain when they observe your emotions. Something involving mirror neurons and neural networks that create a direct pathway between their emotional experience and yours. The neurological mechanism behind this connection will fundamentally change how you understand your relationship with your dog forever. The mirror brain. When your dog's neurons fire with yours, all those incredible emotion-reading abilities we just discovered have a mind-bending neurological explanation that will forever change how you see your relationship with your dog. Deep inside your dog's brain, there's a network of specialized cells called mirror neurons, and they're literally firing in sync with your emotions, creating what scientists describe as a neural Wi-Fi connection between two completely different species. What you're about to learn ventures into territory that seems almost like science fiction, except it's happening right now, every time you and your dog share a moment together. The neural revolution. In the 1990s, Italian neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti made one of the most important discoveries in brain science history. While studying macaque monkeys, his team accidentally discovered neurons that fired not only when a monkey performed an action, but also when it simply observed another monkey performing the same action. These mirror neurons were literally mirroring observed experiences at the cellular level. But here's what blew scientists' minds. These same mirror neurons exist in dogs, and they're specifically tuned to respond to human emotions and actions. Your dog's brain contains specialized cells that activate when you're happy, creating happiness in their own neural networks. When you're sad, their mirror neurons fire in patterns associated with sadness, making them literally feel what you're experiencing. Dr. Vilayanur Ramachandran, one of the world's leading neuroscientists, called mirror neurons the neurons that shaped civilization. But in dogs, they've created something even more remarkable: the first successful interspecies emotional communication system in evolutionary history. The empathy circuit. The sixth incredible way dogs feel your emotions operates through what scientists call the empathy circuit, a complex network connecting mirror neurons, the limbic system, and the insular region of the brain. Here's how this biological marvel works. When your dog observes you expressing an emotion, their mirror neurons fire, as if they were experiencing that emotion themselves. These signals then travel to their limbic system, the brain's emotion center, where they trigger the release of corresponding hormones and neurotransmitters. Finally, the insula acts like a translator, helping your dog understand and respond to what they're experiencing. Research published in the Canadian Journal of Experimental Psychology revealed something extraordinary about this system. Scientists observed how dogs reacted when their owners or strangers pretended to cry or laugh. Dogs paid significantly more attention to crying people, offering more physical contact and eye contact. But here's the fascinating twist. They showed stronger stress responses when strangers cried compared to when their own owners cried. This suggests dogs don't just mirror emotions randomly. They have a sophisticated empathy system that can differentiate between familiar and unfamiliar individuals, adjusting their emotional responses accordingly. The behavioral synchronization system. The seventh and final incredible way dogs feel your emotions involves behavioral synchronization that happens at a subconscious level. Recent groundbreaking research from Arizona State University revealed something that challenges everything we thought we knew about animal intelligence. Dr. Holly Molinaro and her team discovered that while humans often misread dog emotions by focusing on context rather than behavior, dogs do the exact opposite. They read humans with scientific precision by focusing on actual behavioral cues rather than situational context. The study showed that dogs naturally synchronize their movements with their owner's natural rhythms. When you walk faster, your dog adjusts their pace. When you're tense, your dog's body language reflects that tension. When you're relaxed, they mirror that calmness. But this goes deeper than simple imitation. Dogs are actually predicting your next moves by reading micro-expressions and subtle body language changes that even you aren't consciously aware of. They're operating like biological behavioral analysts, constantly processing and responding to your emotional and physical state. The limbic connection. To understand how profound this connection really is, we need to look at the limbic system, the ancient brain structure responsible for emotions, memory, and survival responses. Dogs possess a limbic system remarkably similar to ours, containing the same core structures. The amygdala for processing fear and excitement, the hippocampus for memory formation, and the hypothalamus for hormone regulation. But here's what makes dogs unique. Their limbic system has evolved specific pathways optimized for interspecies emotional communication. When you feel joy, your dog's amygdala processes that information and triggers their own joy response. When you experience stress, their hypothalamus responds by releasing stress hormones. It's like having two limbic systems connected by an invisible neural bridge. Research has shown that dogs' brains actually process human emotional sounds in regions similar to where humans process them. Using MRI scans, Hungarian scientists discovered that dog and human brains show remarkably similar activation patterns when listening to emotional vocalizations like laughter or crying. The evolutionary marvel. This neural connection didn't happen by accident. It represents approximately 15,000 years of coevolution, where dogs and humans literally shaped each other's brains. Dogs who could better connect with human neural patterns had enormous survival advantages, while humans who could bond with dogs gained loyal companions, protectors, and hunting partners. The domestication process didn't just change dogs' appearance, it rewired their entire neural architecture to create unprecedented interspecies empathy. We're looking at two different species that evolved complementary neural systems specifically designed to understand each other. The responsibility of connection, understanding that your dog's neurons are literally firing in response to your emotional state, carries profound responsibility. Every interaction you have is shaping your dog's neural pathways. Your emotional patterns become their emotional patterns through this mirror neuron system. When you consistently display calm, positive emotions, you're training your dog's brain to default to those same states. When you're frequently stressed or anxious, you're inadvertently programming their neural networks to mirror that distress. But here's the beautiful part. This system works both ways. Your dog's joy and excitement can trigger positive responses in your own mirror neurons, creating an upward spiral of shared happiness. The daily neural dance. Every day, you and your dog are engaged in an intricate neural dance. Your mirror neurons are constantly communicating, your limbic systems are synchronizing, and your behavioral patterns are influencing each other at a cellular level. This isn't just pet ownership. It's a biological partnership that operates on levels we're only beginning to understand. Your dog isn't just your companion. They're your neural twin, sharing your emotional experiences through one of nature's most sophisticated communication systems. Have you ever felt like your dog understands you better than most people do? Drop a comment and share your most amazing moment of connection. I read every story and they never fail to amaze me. Beyond understanding. As incredible as these mirror neurons and neural connections are, there's still one more layer to this story that will completely transform how you interact with your dog moving forward. Everything we've discovered about hormonal mirroring, facial recognition, and neural synchronization points to a single powerful truth. You have more influence over your dog's emotional well-being than you ever imagined. And there's a specific way to use this knowledge that most dog owners never discover. A way that can strengthen your bond and improve both your lives in ways that will surprise you. The Emotional Guardian: How to Master Your Shared Neural Connection. Now that you understand your dog is literally wired to mirror your emotions through hormonal synchronization, facial recognition, and neural firing patterns, here's the life-changing question. What are you going to do with this incredible knowledge? You now possess scientific insights that most dog owners will never discover. You understand that your dog's brain is essentially a biological extension of your own emotional state. This isn't just fascinating, it's transformational. Because with this knowledge comes the power to consciously strengthen your bond and improve both your lives in ways you never imagined possible. The Conscious Connection Revolution. Think about your daily interactions with your dog differently now. Every glance, every emotional moment, every stressed or joyful experience is being absorbed, processed, and mirrored by your four-legged companion. You're not just living your life. You're co-creating an emotional experience that shapes your dog's neural pathways, hormone levels, and behavioral patterns. This revelation should fundamentally change how you approach your relationship. You're not just a dog owner. You're an emotional co-pilot in one of nature's most sophisticated interspecies partnerships. Mastering the oxytocin connection. Remember that powerful oxytocin surge that happens when you and your dog make eye contact. You can intentionally harness this biological bonding system to strengthen your relationship. Here's your first practical strategy. Create what I call conscious connection moments throughout your day. 2 to 3 times daily, sit with your dog and engage in intentional eye contact for 30-60 seconds. Not the intense stare that might make them uncomfortable, but the soft, loving gaze that triggers that oxytocin release we discussed. The key is authenticity. Your dog's sophisticated emotion reading system can detect forced or fake expressions instantly. This needs to be genuine connection time. Put away your phone, forget about your to-do list, and simply be present with your companion. Research shows that dog owners who consistently practice intentional eye contact report stronger bonds, better behavioral cooperation, and what they describe as deeper emotional understanding between them and their pets. Managing your stress mirror. Here's where this knowledge becomes truly powerful. Understanding that your dog's cortisol levels synchronize with yours means you have direct influence over their well-being. Every time you come home stressed, you're potentially programming your dog's stress response. But here's the empowering flip side. Every moment of calm you cultivate directly benefits your dog's health. Try this technique I call the 3-breath reset. Before entering your home after stressful days, take 3 deep breaths. Feel your shoulders relax, soften your expression, and shift into a calmer state. Your dog reads these changes instantly. This simple practice can transform your relationship. Dog owners report that within weeks, their dog's stress behaviors decrease significantly. Conscious facial communication. Your dog reads your facial expressions with 80% accuracy and makes decisions based on what they see. This means your face constantly communicates, whether you realize it or not. Practice soft face expressions, relaxed jaw, soft eyes, gentle muscles. When addressing behavioral issues, maintain calm expressions while using clear vocal cues. Your dog processes your face, voice, and body language simultaneously, reading your dog's emotional signals. While your dog reads you expertly, many owners miss their dog's signals back. Key indicators your strategies are working include relaxed body posture, soft eye contact initiated by your dog, and synchronized breathing during rest. Watch for check-in behaviors, when your dog looks at your face before decisions or seeks reassurance through eye contact. These show strong emotional bond and trust in your guidance. The ripple effect. As you become more conscious of your emotional influence, something beautiful happens. You become more aware of your own patterns. Many owners report that managing emotions for their dog's benefit actually improves their own mental health. This creates a positive feedback loop. Your improved regulation benefits your dog, whose calmer energy contributes to your well-being. You're literally lifting each other up, building emotional resilience together. One powerful application involves building resilience as a team. During stressful situations, vet visits, storms, gatherings, your dog looks to you for emotional guidance through their mirror neuron system. Practice calm confidence during challenges. Your dog's brain mirrors your emotional state, helping them navigate difficulties with greater ease. Studies show dogs whose owners stayed calm during thunderstorms developed significantly less storm anxiety over time. The daily practice. Make emotional awareness part of your routine. Start mornings with conscious connection. Check your emotional state throughout the day and end with gratitude for this incredible partnership. What we've discovered represents something beyond typical pet care. You now understand shared hormonal responses, neural patterns, and emotional synchronization that science is just beginning to comprehend. This knowledge makes you part of a small group of dog owners who truly understand the biological depth of the human-canine bond. You know that every interaction matters, every emotion has impact, and every moment of conscious connection strengthens an evolutionary partnership that took thousands of years to develop. Your dog isn't just man's best friend. They're your emotional co-pilot, neural twin, and biological partner in one of the most successful interspecies relationships in Earth's history. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 incredible ways dogs feel emotions surprised you most? And what changes will you make based on what you've learned? I read every comment and love hearing how this knowledge transforms relationships. The beginning of understanding. As we conclude this journey through the 7 incredible ways dogs feel your emotions, remember that science is just beginning to unlock the mysteries of this remarkable connection. New discoveries are being made constantly, revealing even deeper layers of the bond between humans and dogs. What remains constant is the profound responsibility and incredible opportunity this knowledge gives you. Every day, you have the chance to consciously participate in one of nature's most beautiful partnerships. Your dog has spent their entire evolutionary history learning to understand, mirror, and connect with human emotions. Now it's your turn to meet them halfway with awareness, intention, and conscious appreciation for this biological miracle you share. If this journey into the science of canine emotional connection has opened your eyes to the incredible partnership you share with your dog, make sure you're subscribed for more fascinating insights into the amazing world of animal behavior and the hidden connections that bind different species together.